So I watched Raya and the Last Dragon, and I made a whole review on it where I fangirled like way too hard. Oh my god, I don't even know how to start this. Okay, like guys, when I tell you, oh my god, like okay. Dude, I don't know if I can. Oh. But Caroline said that I had to make a spoiler-free review. Because if you guys don't know, Raya and the Last Dragon is not free. You have to have a Disney Plus account, which I think is $6.99 a month. And you have to pay an additional $29.99 to get premiere access to this movie. Because it's, you know, instead of doing a theatrical release, because of the pandemic, they're releasing it online on Disney Plus. So, you know, obviously a lot of people are wondering like, oh, is it worth $30? Should I buy it? So, in honor of the people of the world who are like, I don't want to waste $30, Caroline suggested I make a spoiler-free review saying if I liked the movie or not. So that's this video. But the review where I scream about how much I love will be released soon. Gosh, I've never done a spoiler-free review, but here we go. Should you pay $30 to watch Raya and the Last Dragon?
Nerd.
Well, see, I'm not you. I would pay $30 to see it. I did pay $30 to see it. And for me, it was totally worth it. Like, I've actually already rewatched it multiple times, and both times I cried so much. And I don't know how you guys decide if you like a movie. Like, I don't know how you're like, oh, this movie was 4 out of 5 stars and this one's only 2. But a big component for me is if, like, it made me cry. Not like it has to make me cry, but if I watch a movie and it makes me cry, it's automatically, like, a pretty solid movie in my book because it, you know, if it was able to provoke such an emotional and physically emotional reaction from me to the point that I'm crying, that's a good movie. Wait, is it a spoiler revealing that I cried? Gosh, I don't know how to do this. I'm not going to talk about what happens in the movie. I'm going to talk about how I feel about it. Right, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Anyway, I did cry, and I did enjoy this movie, like, a lot. I loved it. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Would rewatch, have rewatched, will continue to rewatch. And it did check off a lot of boxes for me. It did feel authentically Disney. And I think, like, if I think about the recent Disney movies, I want to say this is one of my favorite ones that we've gotten recently. Is it my favorite Disney movie? No. But I will say that Raya is up there for my favorite Disney princess. Like, I am very loyal to Mulan and Rapunzel. They both have their quirks. But Raya, you guys, like, the trailer showed pieces of her, but you need to watch this movie. You can wait till it's free, but oh my god, this girl is the greatest balance between, like, relatable awkwardness and badass girl energy. Like, they perfected it. The thing is, to think of a character that can combine both of those personalities would seem so, like, cheesy and hard to do, but they did it so well, and it was so believable, and it worked, like, and I don't know, she's not a bland main character in the slightest. You really, really enjoy her, and I appreciate when the main character is, like, one of the best characters. But on that topic, the side characters were pretty great, too. I don't know what I can say. I don't want to go too in-depth, but also, the overall visuals of the movie, like, oh my gosh, you guys got clips of them in the trailer, so just imagine, like, a full 2 hours of that. Beautiful. That was the other thing, like, this movie is almost 2 hours long, and there was a lot to it. You know, I was worried about this movie because Disney released a lot of info about it in the trailer, and I think it's a really common thing for you to watch trailers for upcoming movies and be like, well, there's the entire plot of the movie, I know everything now. And yes, they did explain an entire plot of the movie, but it wasn't the entire plot of this movie. That's how much was in this movie. This was so far from the trailer revealed the entire movie plot situation. Like, in no way was that. Like, honestly, most of what you see in the trailer is shown within the first, like, I want to say, like, 10 minutes of the movie. And the other hour and 40 is, like, pure new content, which I greatly appreciated. Oh my gosh. It was just so good, and it was so fresh, and, like, if you're looking for something authentic, and, you know, we don't need sequels right now. We need something original. Like, this really check boxes for me. And I've read a lot of reviews and people agree. Like, it's a very solid original Disney movie. Gosh, there's so much I want to react to right now, but I can't. Like certain scenes, certain characters just really drove it home for me. Revelations were made that just changed everything. And the thing is that happened multiple times, which was crazy. But if you're a fan of a hero who like goes across and explores like the world and builds her squad while like finding lost items, if you like that kind of adventure, you will like this movie. But it's honestly a lot more complex. Like, that's such a typical story arc. Like, okay, I'm building my squad. Okay, I'm going around the world. Okay, we're picking up items from the world. But there are like 3 other like plots going on at the same time. They did a lot with this movie. They like went off. But there are multiple villains in the story, and I've always been a fan of like multiple villains when they do it tastefully. And I do want to say that this movie did it tastefully. So for me, the overall plot was strong and very dynamic between certain characters, and they just felt so like unifying at times. Like, you feel their fear and you understand the seriousness of their situations. Does this make any sense? Well, I guess it's not supposed to if you haven't seen the movie, but bottom line, a lot happened in this movie, and it was in no way like a simple like kids story. I mean, kids will love it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for kind of like something that does a little bit more or isn't the typical, I think like... Okay, well, let me get back, I guess, to review. Basically, I was really impressed by this movie, and if you enjoyed the trailers and just found the aesthetic of like the movie and are also a fan of Princess Warriors like me, odds are you will like this movie. And like, I've seen mostly positive reviews for it. Like, I'm like more positive than I feel like most like recent Disney films have gone. Like, every recent Disney film has gotten some hate, but I want to say like Raya hasn't. Like, I've heard people say that like the pacing of it was a bit too fast, but I think that's attributed to them trying to do a lot with the movie. I mean, they're trying to pack a lot of plot and a lot of history and a lot of lore and a lot of villains and a lot of motives and just a lot. They're trying to pack a lot into this movie. And I mean, the fact that it was almost 2 hours for a kids movie is already long. If you think about it, like, you are getting your money's worth because a lot is happening. It's not a simple story. It's just not a simple movie at all. Like, it's very complex, and the plot drives the story more than the characters do sometimes. So that can make the tone more intense. It's also not overly childish or overly positive like most Disney movies get stigmatized for. Oh, and there's no songs in it. So wait. Is she a Disney princess if she doesn't sing? Like, Raya never sings. Okay, sorry, that is a spoiler. But like, wait. All the other Disney princesses sing, don't they? Okay. Wait, Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Pocahontas, Mulan, Jasmine, Ariel, Rapunzel, Belle. Oh gosh. Okay. Tiana sings. We might have a problem. Okay, I know Vanellope von Schweetz is a Disney princess, because, you know, Wreck-It Ralph 2. But, you know, she's kind of like one of those honorary ones. Also, Merida from Brave, who we'll have a video in the future, maybe, talking about how I feel about Brave. But she also doesn't sing. But also, like, she is the Disney Pixar princess, so maybe that has something to do with it. Wow, okay. Wait, Elsa, Anna both sing. Is Raya the first, like, very, very, very official Disney princess that doesn't have a song? She might be. Okay, that's weird. That might take off a few points for me. Just because she's a princess. And, you know, I don't know. I expect a little bit more from my princesses. Alright, okay, so closing thoughts. What did I think? I loved it. If I had to rate it, like, definitely a 4 out of 5 stars. Honestly, I would go for a 4.5, you know, but if she's saying... Okay, I'm kidding. Definitely a 4.5, actually, for me. And I mean, that's where it's, like, gets tricky, because the only reason I'm not giving it a 5, honestly, is because I just wish it were longer. I wish we got to explore more of the world and just, like, more of the squad, and I wanted it to, like, I wanted to draw it out at times. Oh gosh, there's so much I want to talk about right now, but I can't! But I loved it. Like, there's no denying that. If you're a fan for Disney films, I feel like this one is, like, one that you will also enjoy. It's very true to, like, a typical adventure story, minus the singing. Again, still trying to wrap my head around that. We've had non-singing movies in the past, like Big Hero 6 was one, and, like, it was great. But a princess movie... Dude, this changes the game. But anyway, I would say that Raya and the Last Dragon is a good movie for you and your family if you enjoy, like, long-term adventures. Oh, because, like, again, I'm just honestly so surprised that so much happened. There was no BS. Every scene in that movie, every scene mattered. Every scene had to be in there. Like, there were no filler moments. But that was what made it so, like, intense all the time. There was never a moment where you could go to the bathroom. No, you had to pause, you had to leave, you had to come back. Because this is how full of content it was. That's why, like, I just wanted to slow down sometimes because, and like, recognize everything that was happening, everything the characters were realizing. I just wanted to sit in each moment for longer and, like, think, but they didn't give you time to think. Ugh, but I get it because we had a pretty intense boss fight to get to, so I'll give them that one. But also the fact that it was only 2 hours, and I'm saying, like, that's the conversation I'm having. Thinking back at everything that happened, I'm like, there's no way that was only 2 hours. Is it worth $30? The live action Mulan definitely wasn't worth $30, but see, even though I love Raya and the Last Dragon is such an amazing movie, I love it so much, but $30 is just, like, a lot for, like, a movie just in general. Like, I definitely think Disney should not be pricing this hard for it. Like, I get it, theaters aren't open, so this is the only option they have, they're losing money for it, but, like, you know, creating content is what creators are supposed to be about, not about making money. So if you can wait till June 4th, which is when Raya and the Last Dragon is supposed to come out for free, but, like, that's not even that soon. You guys have to wait for a bit. But I guess if you want to wait, $30 is a lot of money to most people. Wow, I guess my answer is follow your heart. Like, if you, like, think you would enjoy it, like, spend it. Like, in true Disney fashion, just do what makes you happy. I don't know, you might regret it, but, like, don't come at me for that, because I'm not you, okay? I love this movie. I don't regret paying for it. It was worth the $30 for me. Let me know if it was worth it for you. Wow, okay, we gotta end it there. Like, that was so smooth. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe all down below. Check out the other videos we have for you here on Nerd Culture to see what the rest of my friends fangirl about. And have a super sparkly day. Bye! Oh, I did my bye wrong. That was weird. Okay, normally I do have a super sparkly day, and then I'm like, bye, and then I go in and do this.